Meghan is still the power woman authentic I like the most. Body language expert Bruce Durham believes that while some parts of the Duchess of Sussex's interview at the Fortune Most Powerful Women Summit were authentic, Meghan used her passionate speech at the Fortune Most Powerful Women Summit to silence critics who have taken offense at her speaking out. She insisted the couple are throwing themselves into tackling hate speech and toxic behavior online. Meghan also said that allowing bullying and misinformation on social media is not sustainable and must be dealt with. During the Fortune Summit, Meghan said, "If you look back at anything I've said, what ends up being inflammatory is people's interpretation of it." Meghan also told interviewer, Fortune senior editor Ellen McGirt, that it was all about being authentic. She added, "I think that is the takeaway, that I have found, is if you don't listen to all the noise out there, and just focus on living a purpose-driven life and knowing what your own moral compass is, there are always going to be naysayers. But at the end of the day, I used to have a quote up in my room, many moons ago, and it resonates now. Perhaps more than ever, when you see the vitriol and noise that can be out in the world. It's by George O'Keeffe, and I've already settled it for myself, so the flattery and criticism go down the same drain and I am quite free. And the moment you are able to be liberated from all of these other opinions of what you know to be true, then I think it's very easy to live with truth and authenticity, and that's how I choose to move through the world." However, psychologist and body language expert Bruce Durham believes that, while some of what the Duchess was saying was authentic, there were times during her interview where she was inauthentic. And he says the first indication that she feels uncomfortable is when Ellen tells her that she's not the only powerful woman involved in this equation. Bruce explains, she doesn't receive it like that, she receives it as a threat. Up until then the interviewer is still heaping praise on Meghan. She does 3 things to let you know her ego is raging. She brushes her hair. She's reframing herself. She wants to be seen as the powerful woman. Her ego springs into life. Bruce also says Meghan is trying to push her authenticity, and says the word authentic numerous times during the interview. He explains how her body language starts to show negativity around some of the things she's saying. Bruce says, there's the shrug of the lips, that doesn't indicate positive. The eye blocks kick in. Then a third thing is that she looks down. Down is not a good place, it's negative, afraid. Then she introduces her own critique. She says she's received criticism for being controversial in the past. She's trying to get across that she isn't controversial. And there are many more things he makes fun of Meghan. It's ridiculous to say so just based on gestures. That is stupid. The setting for Meghan's interview also comes under scrutiny by the body language expert. Bruce explains, this whole thing is set up to appear relaxed. She's selected some very specific books to be behind her. His sleeves are rolled up but context is key, her button is down, I'm up on the sofa, it's a very hey, come and talk to me. There is some authentic stuff, but to be fair and balanced we must also raise awareness to some inauthentic stuff going on. Meghan's flick of her hair during several points during the Fortune interview also shows she's feeling uncomfortable, according to Bruce. She talks about going back to Los Angeles and then she specifically mentions the Rodney King beatings and does the hair flick again. This is the third example of reframing. She was clearly emotional about what she was talking about. And at the very end of the video, Bruce explains how Meghan's body language shows how she's trying to convince herself that she's come across as authentic. He says, if you're positive that something is true, you're energized and you smile. People engage. If it's negative, people shut their eyes and look away. Body language writer Bruce Durham has repeated the words authentic to emphasize Meghan's gestures and actions in his most recent interview. But no matter what Bruce's stupid explanations say, people still believe that Meghan is really comfortable, happy and the most powerful woman. Thank you for watching. If you like our video, would you please help us like, share and subscribe our channel. Wish you happy to see our videos. Thank you very much.